Today we're gonna take a look at the best crap hits the fan optic. This is the new GLX micro prism from Primary Arms. Let's get right into the first 30-second breakdown. That's from the first 30 seconds, give or take. We give you my exact thoughts on this product before we get into the full review. That way you can just stop watching because now you know exactly what I think, or you can keep watching, find out why I say those things in greater detail, and it does help out with the algorithm, and I appreciate that a ton. This thing is one of my favorite optics on the market because the price point is $300, incredibly cheap. That is the higher end premium version of the GLX. The SLXs are even cheaper than that, which I have multiple of those, and they've been great optics. And that's why I'm really excited about this video and this new optic coming out. So this is the GLX. It has some new upgrades like your buttons instead of a rotary knob. It has 13 brightness settings. 3 of those are for night vision, and this is daylight bright. Has an etched reticle, is why this is such a crap hits the fan optic, because if your battery dies, you're gonna be just fine because it is etched into the glass. It is always there, and that is the ACSS Cyclops reticle, which is a really cool reticle system that Primary Arms has made. Now, if you forget to turn this off, don't worry, you have an auto live on here, which is basically auto on, auto off. I have mixed emotions about that. We'll talk about that a little bit later in the video. And you have 8 different mounting options. You can mount this back, forward, move it around a lot, depending on the system that you have it on here. This is one of my new hunting rifles, the CMMG. You can click the link here if you guys want to watch that video after this one. But so far, these have been really incredibly durable, and the price makes it so much more appealing. You have a green and red reticle option, and the eye box on this is what makes this incredibly impressive. It is small, it's not big, it's lightweight, and I can sit back here and still see my red dot. With a lot of these Prism style optics, you have a really small eye box, and that's what everyone kind of didn't like them for, because with the red dot you like because you can shoot the gun out here and see your red dot and you're fine. With this, your eye box is so large, I can see everywhere. Now there's a spot that obviously is the best location that you can see the most, better field of view, but when you come back here, it's not like a black circle that when you look into a scope and you're trying to like find it, you don't have that issue with these. It's honestly pretty impressive what Primary Arms has been able to do in such a small optic at such an affordable price. So now let's get to my relationship with Primary Arms. They did send this to me pre-release. I did not spend my own money on it. Now let's get into the companies that are incredibly nice. That is Brownells and Ammo Squared. These guys have been incredibly helpful and nice to me, and I appreciate them for that. Check out tacticalvisor.net, find out how nice these guys are, and they're just nice. They're nice. There's not much I could say other than they're nice. I love Brownells. Brownells is incredible. With Ammo Squared, you were able to invest not only like your gold, silver, money, you can invest in ammo, which is really neat. You can trade, you can buy, you can sell. It's really cool how it works, and I highly recommend you take a look at it. When you make an account, just make sure you mention Tactical Visor or YouTube or however you found this, and I would appreciate it. Finding out how nice Brownells and Ammo Squared are. Let's get right into the video and break down this even further and find out why I say those things in greater detail. So let's get right into the size and durability. And the size now might not be as impressive as it was when Primary Arms first made these. When the first micro prisms came out, it was like mind-blowing because of how much they were able to put into here with a prismatic optic. With red dots, obviously, you can do a lot different. You can make them really tiny, but with the prisms, it's different. You can't do as much with them. Now, Primary Arms was able to really make this as compact as possible and as durable as possible. I have 5 other ones of these that I've been using for a long time, since pre-release of the original ones, and I've really put them through their paces, and I have come to really trust this optic, especially because of the price. It's $300. Like, that is for the premium version. The other ones are cheaper than that. So this is the GLX, which is their more premium line. If you know their lineups, you know all optics companies seem to have like a low, mid, and high, and the GLX is an upgrade from your SLX. But what they've been able to do is impressive. Now, a lot of companies now with technology changing things have been able to make theirs smaller as well, but I'm still so impressed with these optics. The eye box is one of the best things in how I don't have to have this in a perfect spot. So this is a hunting rifle for me. This is a deer hunting gun. And what I don't want is an optic that I have to be in a perfect position because I don't know where I'm gonna be. I'm gonna be in a tree stand. Who knows where that deer is gonna be? I wanna be able to have to move around a little bit if I have to and have some play with that, and the eye box does give me that. So I'm happy with the eye box because usually when you're going to those cheaper optics around that 200 to 300 price tag, you start to fall off in those things, and this one does not, and that makes me happy. Now, they did switch to a button instead of the rotary knob. That's just gonna be a personal preference. I do like the button. It's just a little bit easier press instead of the rotary knobs, which sometimes can be a little stiff. They were pretty stiff in the other ones. But depending on who you are, that is gonna be a personal preference if you like that or not. It does lower the size and condense the optic a little bit more. There's nothing sticking out. So that is a plus right there. Now it has auto live in there. And I mentioned in the 30-second breakdown that it's kind of iffy for me. I really don't care about the auto on, auto off. Me personally, if I were to choose the perfect optic, I probably wouldn't do auto on, auto off. The reason being, not because I don't like the feature or that I don't think it's a benefit being able to set my rifle down and it turns off automatically, saving my battery. I just think there's more software added in there that could potentially go wrong. I would rather my optic be as less software as possible so I don't have to worry about it. That's why I like the etched reticle system, because it's etched in there, it's always there. My battery dies, I can still use this firearm if I need to. When you add things like your auto lives and auto on, auto off, and all these other little tiny features in there, you're just asking for more things to go wrong. And for me personally, I would rather less. Now, am I going to dock it and say it's a con? Absolutely not. It's a nice feature and it's going to help a lot of people, especially people that don't go out a ton, or maybe you go to the range every once in a while thing and you set it in, you forget about it, it shuts off for you and it doesn't die. So now you don't have to replace your battery. You're now going into the brightness settings. You have 13 of them. 3 of those are for night vision, and it is daylight bright, which was a problem in the past for primary arms. I think kind of sticks. People always ask me in primary arms videos, is it daylight bright? Yes, it is. All their newer stuff is. Back in the day, they had a problem with that, which is kind of silly. Why put illumination if it's not going to be daylight bright? What's the point of it? So now they have changed that and they're now daylight bright, so you're not going to have problems with that. So don't worry. I'm still going to get comments. I guarantee it, because every primary arms video I ever do always has that question, but I understand. Now for your mounting options, you have 8 different mounting options that they come with all 8. It's not like, oh, you have 8 options, let's buy a bunch more. It just comes with all of them. You're able to move this back, forward, and higher, lower, depending on the gun that you have this on. For a different style gun, how this is a little bit different, obviously pretty unique, pretty goofy. I'm able to move this optic higher, low, back, fitting this gun a little bit better. So it's nice that they offer all those on there. And so far it has been a solid mount. I have all these in different configurations. I have one on the really far mount right here where this pulls it back. That's going to be on my 3 times. And then I've got another one here that's on its lowest setting just because of the style of gun and how it fits to my face. So I have them in multiple different settings and I've never had problems with the mounting, which is a nice thing. Correction, I did have one issue with the very first model I ever had where the mount just snapped and it broke off. But that was the first ones and they've changed the mounts since then. But I just want to make sure to correct that. But other than that, I hope this video is able to help you make a better purchase and decide if this optic is for you. I always want to help you spend your money in the best way possible and help you decide, hey, this is exactly what I'm looking for. I'm gonna spend my money confidently, or and maybe there's a couple things that I'm not really interested in. I'll buy something else. That is what I want. I don't want you to be surprised when you get the optic. I hope to be able to give you as much transparency as possible on this to give you the best purchase experience possible. If you guys are looking up on the channel, obviously going to tacticadvisor.net is one of the best ways you can do that. I appreciate that greatly. Howitzer Clothing is a company that donates 5% of proceeds to charity, and they are incredible. They donated over $2.5 million so far, which is awesome. And they have a Tactical Advisor shirt, which is really cool. And you get to pick one up in the description if you would like to support the channel. I appreciate you all so much. Thank you.